The stench hit first, ammonia and rot, a foul combination that clung to the back of my throat. I pulled the latex glove tighter, the snap against my wrist a small, sharp sound in the suffocating quiet of the house. This was my ritual, my morning prayer. The soiled sheets were a tangled mess on Earl Combs's bed, a canvas of his body's failures, my father-in-law, the man whose existence was a stain I was forced to clean, day after day. As I stripped the sheets, his voice slithered from the wheelchair parked by the window. You got a fine ass on you, girl. I didn't flinch. 6 months of this had forged a shell around me. Don't you ever get lonely? He pressed, his voice thick and wet. My boy, he ain't much of a man, is he? I balled up the filthy linen, the dampness seeping through the thin latex. I manage, I said, my voice as sterile as the disinfectant I was about to use. His hand shot out, surprisingly fast for a man paralyzed on one side. It slapped against my thigh, a greasy, possessive gesture. I could be a man for you, he rasped, his eyes gleaming with a sick hunger. I can still get the job done. I could take care of you right. This time, I reacted. I dropped the sheets and smacked his hand away, not hard, but with a firmness that surprised us both. Don't touch me, Earl. His face crumpled instantly, the lechery replaced by a theatrical whimper. Tears welled in his eyes. You hate me. You think I'm a burden. He wailed. Just send us back. Send me and Perry back too. Crow's beak. We won't trouble you no more. On cue, the door flew open. My husband, Perry, stood there, his face a mask of righteous fury. He didn't ask what happened. He never did. He strode across the room, and his hand connected with my cheek. The crack echoed, sharp and final. Pain bloomed, hot and stinging. I staggered, catching myself on the edge of the bed. You listen to me, Perry snarled, his finger jabbing at my face. My father is me. What he wants, you do. You don't ever, disrespect him. You understand? Earl, the master puppeteer, wheeled himself over, grabbing his son's arm. Don't you hit her, son. It's all my fault. I'm just a useless old man. Then he looked at me, a flicker of triumph in his watery eyes. Audra, honey, don't just stand there. Take my sheets to the laundry. I nodded, my cheek throbbing. I picked up the bundle of filth, and I obeyed. For now, in the sterile hum of the laundry room, I listened. Their whispers carried from the other room, thin and sharp like wires. Perry, you can't be too rough on her, Earl cautioned, his voice stripped of its earlier theatrics. We're counting on this woman. A low grunt from my husband. I know, Dad, I know, you know, since your mother passed, it's been a long time. The mountains, it's a hard life for a man with needs. Don't you worry. Perry's voice dropped to a conspiratorial hiss. Soon as the paperwork is done, soon as all her money is in my name, I'll let you have your fun. She'll be ours to do with as we please. Just don't break her, Earl warned. Not yet. I've got it under control. I closed the lid of the washing machine, the click of the latch loud enough to make me wince. I walked back into the room, forcing a smile onto my aching face. Everything's washing now. Perry's expression softened instantly. A cheap mask pulled over his cruelty. He rushed to my side, taking my hands in his. His touch was repulsive. Audra, baby, I'm so sorry, he cooed, his eyes pleading. I shouldn't have hit you. It's just, I love my dad so much. Can you forgive me? I leaned into him, letting him feel my surrender. My performance had to be perfect. Of course, Perry, I whispered. I know you're a good son, a good man. The lie tasted like poison, but I swallowed it down. It was fuel. The next day, the ritual repeated, the stench, the sheets, Earl's wandering hands. But as I was about to deflect his grubby fingers, the doorbell rang. A jolt of adrenaline shot through me. It was too early. He wasn't supposed to be here. Yet. I hurried to the door and opened it. My cousin, Mac Keller, stood on the porch, his jaw tight with anger. He was built like a retired linebacker, and his eyes were storm clouds. He grabbed my arm, his grip firm but not painful. Let's go, Audra. This farce is over. He tried to pull me out of the house. I dug in my heels, wrenching my arm free. No, I'm not leaving, I cried, my voice pitched with a convincing panic. This is my home. Mac's face contorted with disbelief and frustration. Your home, Audra? What is wrong with you? Any man would be lucky to have you. I have a friend, a damn PhD, who's been asking about you for months. Let me take you to him. Let me take you anywhere but here. He grabbed me again, stronger this time. No, Mac, please. I love him, I screamed, clinging to the doorframe like a drowning woman. Tears of pure, unadulterated rage streamed down his face. This impotent, off-the-grid loser. This is what you want, to be a servant to him and his disgusting father. For the rest of your life. Get out, I shrieked, my voice raw. If you don't leave right now, I'll scream for help. He wouldn't let go. I took a deep breath. It was time for the final act. Perry, help me. Someone's trying to take me away. Mac looked at me as if I'd just stabbed him. The betrayal in his eyes was a physical blow, but I held my ground. You're insane, he whispered, his voice cracking. Women who marry down this far, they end up broken, Audra, or worse. Earl wheeled himself into the hallway, his face a thunderous mask of indignation. What's this nonsense about marrying down, you hooligan? He bellowed. This girl marrying my son is the luckiest day of her life. Mac ignored him. He stared at the doorframe I was clinging to, then drew back his fist. With a sound like a gunshot, he punched the solid wood. The frame splintered, a crater forming where his knuckles had been. Earl's face went white. Behind me, I heard Perry yelp and scramble for cover. Mac gave me one last look, a mixture of fury and heartbreak, then turned and stalked away. The moment he was gone, Perry emerged from his hiding spot, his chest puffed out with a pathetic, borrowed courage. He wrapped his arms around me and kissed my cheek. You see, Audra, you see how much I need you, he said. You belong with us. You'll be happy here, I promise. I smiled, a slow, deliberate curve of my lips. The plan was working. He was terrified of losing me. The fear made him malleable. Perry, I said, my voice soft and full of feigned vulnerability. I want to show you how much I trust you. I want to put the house in your name and give you my trust fund, all of it, so you'll never have to worry about me leaving. Earl's gasp was so sharp I thought he might have had another stroke. He almost levitated out of his wheelchair with glee. Perry quickly shot him a look, a silent command to stay calm. Audra, you'd do that for me, he stammered. But we're not even officially married. I mean, with my warrant and all. I reached up and touched his face, my fingers tracing the line of his weak jaw. I know you're living off the grid, said, and that makes you feel insecure, I whispered, feeding him the lines I knew he wanted to hear. This is my way of proving that my commitment is real. It's not about a piece of paper, it's about us. His eyes filled with a greedy, triumphant light. He couldn't believe his luck. I pulled away and walked to the small desk in the living room. I opened a drawer and took out a thick folder. This is the notarized statement for the trust fund, I said, my voice steady. It's valued at $250,000. We can go to the county clerk's office tomorrow to handle the deed transfer for the house. He took the folder from my hands as if it were a holy relic. His fingers trembled as he opened it, his eyes scanning the official-looking document inside. A slow, reptilian smile spread across his face. Tomorrow is perfect, he murmured. He dropped the folder, grabbed me, and threw me over his shoulder like a sack of flour. He carried me into the bedroom and kicked the door shut. 10 seconds later, it was over before it even began. He rolled off me, faced the wall, and began to sob with shame and frustration. It was always the same. His body was a traitor to his desires. I put a hand on his back, my touch a carefully crafted blend of sympathy and support. It's okay, Perry, I said gently. We can find a doctor, the best doctor. We can fix this. He spun around, his face contorted with rage, his hands shot out and closed around my throat. You think I'm broken? He hissed, his thumbs pressing into my windpipe. You dare pity me? You're cursing me, wishing I can never have a son, heir. My lungs screamed for it. Black spots danced in my vision. No, I choked out, clawing at his wrists. I just want you to be happy. The pressure tightened. I could feel the delicate cartilage in my throat begin to give way. This was it. The rage beneath his pathetic exterior was real. It was a murderous thing. Then, just as I felt my consciousness slipping, he let go. I collapsed onto the mattress, gasping, coughing, sucking in ragged breaths of stale air. The world swam back into focus. He loomed over me, his face a twisted mask of fury and fear. Remember this, he whispered, his voice trembling. No matter how useless I am as a man, you are never to look down on me. You remember why I'm like this. It was to save you. You owe me. The lie, the great, foundational lie, upon which he had built my prison. I coughed, my throat raw and burning. I didn't have to feign my terror. For a moment there, the plan had almost dissolved into a messy, premature end. The next day, I handed him the deed to my house, or rather, a very convincing, photoshopped copy of it. The moment he had the paper in his hand, the mask of the loving husband disintegrated. He shoved me hard. I stumbled backward, tripping over a rug and crashing to the floor. I looked up at him, my face a carefully constructed picture of